Oh man, here we go. First playthrough of Call of Cthulhu. The starting screen just says Enter Madness, and it's got an awesome picture. I accidentally hit a button while I was trying to set up here, and now I'm dropping my keys. Everything's fine. Nothing is fine. Alright. So we got our brightness done here. Loading profile. Alright, so this is the background. It just says Enter Madness instead. Alright, lads. Let's get some noms in my system a little bit here. There we go. Okay. So, we out here on October 30th, 2018. Let's start this baby up. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, drowns in memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case and able to lift him from his chopper. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Interesting. And this is in Boston, 1924. From trailers and stuff, he definitely did not sound like he was from Boston. I'm excited. Enter Madness. Let's do it. That is interesting. The sound is amazing. Left on the couch button. Oh, this is definitely 100% a game that they're gonna put into what's it called for sure, VR. I could tell that by the walking sort of like animation. You actually like kind of bob and stuff. These areas are very Skyrim-y to me. X is my interact button? That's a weird sort of thing. Jeez, when we thought Call of Duty was bad for fog rolling in effects. Holy balls. Counter darkness. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Okay, I guess we'll grab the lantern then. Oh, I just picked up a bolt cutter. Cool. What if my character can swim? Interesting. It's over here, lads. Unique sigils. Triangles obviously are swap. I don't think we have a sprint or like a jump button at the moment yet. What is over this way?
In my wake, hold along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
That just gave me a little bit of chills, I'll be honest with you. Can I do both of these? Why can't I do... Okay. Can I close the door? I'm gonna do that just in case. I'm assuming this lantern will die, so I'm gonna put it away. Assume I can't just like walk up these now. Yummy entrails. Hmm. My settings. Oh, here we go. Controls. I like that each time you do it, it does like a thing. Wireless controller. Oh, so there is a run. I have leans. I have accessing diary, next light, previous light. Interact or shoot. Okay, interesting. Main menus. Our square button is completely unutilized. Interesting. I'm going to turn my crosshair on, yeah. Oh, this actually didn't even adjust properly before. Sound.
Have been chosen.
I should take this seriously. Hey. Hey. I feel like my running animation is about as useful as the fucking other ones from other games.
Behold.
What?
Everything has already been written.
Why do these guys not have faces?
But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
there was no change in his character model.
I hate whiskey.
Okay, let's see here. So we're looking at the screen or the skill tree now. Let's see what we got. So investigation, we are professional, which is interesting. Represents your investigating talents. Okay. Improving the skill increases your chance of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object, and of picking locks. Fair enough. Strength represents your ability to call upon physical power. Improving this skill increases your chance of forcing doors or mechanisms or using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Fair enough. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the dosage of a drug, making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Medicine and occultism can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Fair enough. Occultism represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving the skill will increase your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving the skill increases your chance of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or the analysis of objects. Interesting. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving the skill increases an undiscovered object will not appear in game. And then eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by the power of speech. So this is like your manipulation. So, I don't know. Sanity. We have nightmares. We are stable, but we have nightmares. Fair enough.
I wonder why I still take these things.
I wish you could do this in like third person. Or like switch the viewpoints. Don't drink.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
What nameless creature is calling me?
The good old story of blackmail in the speakeasy. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Oh, it's gonna be one of them things. These graphics aren't horrid, they're not great either.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Getting a phone call.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information anyway.
Oh, 8 character points. Useful. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, do you still...
I'm coming.
Well, we start in October.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Some of these animations are a little bit finicky, man.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sara, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sara Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sara, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
Why
But
can't
if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness, or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
This is all interesting because there's certain cutscenes that you can skip. You can skip either way, but there's ones that you have that you can interact in, and by interact I mean like look around sort of thing. Kind of like in some like the stuff from like Black Ops 1. So that's interesting. Sure. Okay. Oh, I don't get to interact with those things. Okay.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sara Hawkins breathed a message into it. A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sara lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sara's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. The police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Dude, the animations for the, like, how they talk and stuff are just so bad.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sara had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly.
His eyebrows are flipping through his glasses.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sara Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
What's the point of letting me interact with this if I can't interact with the books inside it?
I used to be an avid reader.
Didn't we all, mate? This will affect your destiny. Okay. I have a tattoo? What the fuck? another one. That character has a tattoo. Interesting. Okay. I shouldn't get a trophy for that. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family, and the only crew was disturbing painting on the shipping label and blah, and seems to be the best starting point. Cool. This all totally sounds like it was almost geared towards the announcer guy announcing it. This is not horrid at all. The graphics are not horrid. The animations are a little bit meh, but like I don't expect it to be ginormously amazing because these guys seem like this dev team doesn't seem like they're like AAA. They seem like they're at least like a AA though. Like they're not quite AAA, but they're pretty close. I'd say. You know, they're not making blockbuster games. You know. But they are making some pretty interesting games, you know. They made this, they made Vampire, so it generally just seems like they're still kind of moving on up, if that makes sense. Let's see where we going. Like that each and every single time you get a loading screen, it's just like enter madness. The weird thing I find, okay, it's cutscene mods. We're sailing. Look at all that dynamic fog rolling in. That water's not bad at all. That water is actually quite nice. Oh, now it's the title cards. Interesting. The thing I find interesting is that it's a 2018 game. It's on this hardware. And there are certain aspects of this that are really good. Certain aspects that are really bad, like the fact that they still need to do a black screen and like a loading screen in between cutscenes and in between areas. His cigarette is not lighting up every time he takes an inhale.
We're almost there.
He's also not exhaling. Or if he is, you can't see it because it's so foggy. Registered. So, that's reference to the god that ends up with 4 sort of like limbs. Thank you, Smite.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
You just threw out like 90% of the cigarette.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
Involuntary walking.
And his wife, Sara Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great pain to the world. know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the harbor master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
I don't know how I feel about all of those statements. Go to the bar, there's a surprise there. Come talk to me, a ship captain. I have documents about a case that you might be interested in. Well, I can't go back to the ship. Sad face. What's my light a new cigarette button?
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster? The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
God.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you...
yeah.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah. He's gonna get us.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Cops, they can't understand.
Hey, be careful.
Trying to make the character relatable by making him a dink.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure rises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
The way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins Warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, come on.
Drinking it here. Anything else?
That'll be all for now. The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
So,
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
One of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger.
This is interesting.
I told you to beat it.
Oh. So this is kind of also like Skyrim, where you get limited by the amount of commentary that you can get about things, depending upon what you say.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor. Interesting.
S. Winchester. Supernatural, boys. Not likely. Alright, let's go talk to Fitzroy.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. A Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
I brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Oh, you're actually gonna let me back on the ship?
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. That's all I'll get from them.
Oh my Christ. New clue memorized all of the entire manifest of a stack of papers that looked to be at least 100 pages. Just casually.
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Isn't that the same name as the doctor? That girl doctor that the asylum guys were talking about?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights of the stranded whale, even the antics of these wharf rats escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I don't know. It's not my signature next to that of Charles Hawkins.
I'm at sea for more than half the year. Anyone could have done it during my absence. What seems really important to me is that the dates on these manifests indicate that Charles probably had other contracts.
But not with you, though. I'm looking for Warehouse 36. You know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
You tell me.
I thought you would have worked it out. It belonged to Charles Hawkins. Ship owners from father to son.
I see. That explains those loading manifests. Too bad I can't get much out of them. I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I found a threatening letter signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story.
That was just so interesting.
Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall
I
of the
didn't know.
stranded whale.
Yes, I've seen that.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
So is he just like my helpful servant sort of thing? Is that what it is? Oh, I have 2 character points available. Nice. I am a professional in everything except for medicine and the occult. But I can't do anything with that, so it's fine.
Where do you think you're going?
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
I'd like to know more about the Hawkins case.
I don't think so.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
I mean,
Is he a danger
fair.
to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
You didn't actually tell me to beat it. Or leave you alone. You told the guy alone.
Who's this guy?
No idea. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
You don't even have
Let's
names.
just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make 2 men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope you had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
As you talk about her in her back?
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
So, how am I supposed to get in? Parkour? Parkour without... Oh, to jump? Hey guys, it's
You live
me.
here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Well,
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to Darkwater?
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Oh, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
For free or what? Well,
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Till those assholes defaced him.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
I'll be back.
Take your time. We're going nowhere.
they're probably gonna pass the fuck out. Oi! I love Zippos. Oh, hey! I need a drink.
You again.
Let's say I want to buy a bottle.
Let's say I don't want to sell you one.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
What do you know about the Hawkins Warehouse?
If I were you, I would...
Why not?
First, tailored screens.
Screen?
And that's not... But anything...
Let's say I want to buy a bottle.
Let's...
Oh,
drink...
That'll be all for now.
What? Another break? I told you to beat it.
I did beat it. I'm trying to fucking get some alcohol. Light everything on fire! Peekaboo!
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
He's got like a cipher or something on his like arm. That was interesting. Oh, no it isn't.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker and a debtor. Interesting.
Ugh. No idea what to do now. 'Cause I can't get alcohol from this dickhead. See if we can find another way.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. If you want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave. A handle. It must come from these old winches. It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Oh no. Fluid animations.
I could use this old winch to...
How is that an occult thing?
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Need more thingies. Fluid animation. How many more pieces do I need? Holy teddies. This is weird, man. This is that segment where you just kind of walk around and you just press X on everything.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
That's weird.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Sure. So that should be the last thing I need, in theory. In theory.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
So is the new strat to fix it and do another one, or what? Okay, burn the rope. Just kidding. I don't know what to do. Yeah, and I gotta do this real slow.
Well, a little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid.
Oh, you
What
must be
gave
cat.
you the crazy idea to come onto my turf? Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
She just kicked me in the nuts. Oh, that's not cool.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
First she tried to stab me, I blocked her, tried to punch her, and then she kicks
I'm
me,
getting
well,
careless.
knees me in the nards.
I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Interesting. That really wasn't helpful. I have no idea what to do.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get us into trouble.
You again.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little...
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
drinking.
Oh, you're such a little penis, man.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
It doesn't really. It doesn't really, because we can't drink, because we got to fight.
That suits me fine.
Hello? Now if I leave, do I get the same cutscene? Let's find out, lads, because there's nothing else to do in this little thingy. No? Okay. What is happening in this game? I don't know what to do. I can't, well, I think I fucked it up at this point, but I doubt that like I completely fucked it up to the point where I can't progress, because I don't think that's going to be a thing this early in the game.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey lads, it's me. Okay. I need to get into the warehouse, but I don't know how. I'm liking the atmosphere. I'm thinking there's a lot of fog, but apart from that, you know, not bad. I can't. How do climb? No idea. Some of the graphic things look a little bit weird, but all in all, this is pretty solid overall.
There.
Lock picking like a boss. Close the door. My game's just saved. Useful.
One bottle more or less.
Ooh, I figured it out, lads. We got it. Alright, well, this is going to be where we're going to close off for the current moment, because I got to go and record Lux Crew, which is going to be coming out later today, and then after that we'll be streaming probably some more of this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Next one we will have face cam, so you guys will get to see my facial reactions and things to everything. I do hope everybody enjoyed the very first stream. I know it was pretty quiet, but that's because I'm trying to make things, and you know, so I can be more inquisitive myself. But thank you so much for coming on by, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.